Alright, good afternoon everyone. My name is Benjamin and welcome to another video of the happenings of the Roanoke Valley Chess Club. And this one's slightly different. This is a game that, now a lot of us at the Roanoke Valley Chess Club happen to be fans of other people in the online chess community. One of those being Grandmaster Feingold, and he held a tournament, and because I don't have a lot of other games quite ready or fully analyzed for for this series between just exclusively members of our club, I have a game from a tournament that the other guy held. And this was my round one game, and it was actually kind of not a little on the suspicious side. So we have an open Sicilian, and I'm okay with it. It's actually a con Sicilian at this point, but my opponent decides to make it kind of go into Scheveningen style. So I'm playing what I normally do against the C6 open Sicilian, and just pushing all my kingside pawns. Now my opponent did miss. Queen h4 check, which is a little awkward for me, thankfully. So I play bishop to e3, bishop there, I do that, that's cool, and then I castle behind my advanced pawns, and I would say I have an advantage in this position. After b4, that's fine, that's where I should have gone. I did take like 3 seconds to look at this, but this sacrifice just doesn't work, so I played here. Knight there. Knight g3, it's more important to protect this pawn than it is to kick the knight because, well, I need those center pawns. So after knight to b6, which doesn't really do anything or address anything in the position, I kick the knight. Knight goes back, then I play f5 because my opponent's king is in the center and mine is castled, and he has undeveloped pieces and bad pieces, and all of mine are developed and actually quite useful and on good squares. So guess what? We're going to do that. And knight f5, always play knight f5 if you have the chance. Now, I had both of them, but I determined this one was better because it hits this knight, but also because this knight can be useful for defending the king a little bit, just in case. So that's fine. Hits it, but I defend and attack g7. My opponent takes, which, okay, fine, whatever, I don't really care. So we're going to play queen f3. Knight d2 is a bit of a concern, but in that event, I was planning on playing check. Yeah, we'll go ahead and new variation. Hit there, takes, and it's complicated, but I think I have the better of this because, well, I'm pretty sure I have the better of this. This is a little bit difficult to meet. Like I said, I think I'm okay. Keyword is I think. I mean, this certainly defends everything. Well, at least defends that. And if you take there, suppose taking is best. You're going to have to defend one of these two pieces, and we'll just defend that one for argument's sake. And I'll take that, and okay, position is I have an extra pawn. That's just one example of what can happen. But yeah, I'm not really concerned about knight to d2, even though it is something you have to be careful of. My opponent played knight c to e5 instead to hit the queen. I take because I take. Queen d1, hitting the weak d6 pawn, and this is a key idea in a lot of Sicilians, and I rate my position as very good here. G6, I take. preventing my opponent from castling after here. King h1. I don't want to trade queens because my opponent's king is going to be extremely weak if he castles, and I can pick up a tempo on the rook, effectively forcing him to castle. So, castles. And then I spent a little bit of time here. I was debating between two pieces to f5. Knight f5 is apparently the absolute best, but apparently this one doesn't. This sacrifice doesn't even work, though it's hard to find a reason for it to work. I just don't see how this isn't a good move. The engine will probably explain it, so if you really want to, you can go ahead and put this this on an engine, and yeah. But the reason why this works is because he actually has to take it, because otherwise I've got two checkmates threatened immediately, and the only way to stop knight h6 is to play knight to g4, which is answered by this, which forces the queens off. And the only way to stop knight e7, which wins the queen, is to allow the checkmate, or to just play, is to allow one of the, I've got one checkmate, two checkmate, and actually this doesn't even stop here, obviously. So I could win the queen, or I could checkmate. If you want to stop knight and there's nothing that stops knight to that stops queen here, so you would have to take it. And after that, if I remember correctly, that would be the correct move. And of course, this is a significant threat, but I suspect there is stronger. I mean, I could just take, I could take this and then play here. I'm not really sure how you stop that. I think the best thing to do would just be to play here. And I'm going to play rook here. And that's the thing. Even if he does this, I'm still winning the queen by playing here and here. But instead, I played rook to f5, and of course, if you want to look at the engine and see how black should defend, you can go ahead and do that. But I played this because, for me, it just seemed like it made more sense to play this, because my knight is a little bit more of a useful attacker, and I don't just want to boringly win the queen. I want to checkmate. So I did play knight takes f5. Yeah. And the game is over here because there's nothing you can do from stopping mate next turn. I mean, without giving a few... You can give some spike checks for sure. And, okay, now it really is game over. But like I said, you can give a few spike checks to really stop it. And truthfully, all you have is... You can even do that. And if you want to stop knight there, you have to allow queen there. And like I said, this is all checkmate. So, but yeah, I felt rook f5 was just flashier. But you know, to each their own. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Take it easy. Have a nice day.